Upgrading to Windows 11 24H2 is easy, and I'm going to show you how to do it in just 3 easy steps. Whether you're on Windows 10 or 11 23H2, this walkthrough is so easy to do. My name is Paul, this is Computer Doctor Tech, so stay tuned and let's get started. As an FYI, I am not affiliated with or employed by Microsoft. The Windows 11 24H2 ISO file that we're going to download comes directly from their official website, and this video is for educational purposes only. So before we get started with the first step, it's important to know what version of Windows that you're actually on so you know what to expect the upgrade to be. So let's hop onto the computer and find out. Using our keyboard, we're going to press and hold the Windows logo key and tap the letter R. This brings up a window called Run. Here we're going to type in WINVER, which stands for Windows version. Press Enter. This window shows us what version of Windows we're on. This one is Windows 10. It's version 22H2, and I'm on Windows 10 Home. If yours shows Windows 10 Pro, then your upgrade will be to Windows 11 Pro 24H2. Now, if yours shows Windows Home, then it will be 11 Home. If you're already on Windows 11, however, 23H2, then it will just carry over to 24H2. Now let's get started with step 1, and then head over to the computer and open up a browser. You could use Google Chrome, Edge, or whatever browser you're comfortable using. But let's go to the computer and start step 1. Click in the address bar and type in Microsoft.com/software-download/Windows 11, just as you see there, and then press Enter. Now once on the download page, we're going to scroll down to Download Windows 11 Disk Image ISO for x64 devices. Then click on Select Download and Windows 11 Multi-Edition ISO for x64 devices. Once you do that, we'll click the Confirm button and let it validate our request. Now once that's finished, we'll select our product language. Click Choose One and then select English United States. If you're a different language, of course, by all means do that. Then click Confirm. It'll validate our request again. Now we can click on this button, 64-bit download, and allow Windows 11 24H2 to download. Now this will take some time to download. So while we're waiting for it to download, we have another file that we can download, which will begin step 2. It's a file called Rufus. It's a tool that is used to turn Windows 11 24H2's ISO file into a bootable USB drive. But we're not going to use it to boot with, we're going to use it to do an in-house upgrade with. So let's head to Rufus website, download the file while we're waiting for Windows 11 to finish its download. So we're going to hop back on the computer, open our browser, and begin step 2. Now in the address bar, we're going to type in rufus.ie. So press Enter. Scroll down to this section called Download. In this box with the green banner, you're going to click on Rufus 4.9 EXE. It's a standard Windows x64 edition, 2 megabytes in size. So this is the first link we're going to click. You'll click on that and you're going to allow it to download to your computer. Now at this point, you want to grab yourself a USB flash drive. Make sure it's at least 8 gigs and that you don't have anything on here, because you will lose everything that's on here, because this USB flash drive will be formatted by Rufus. So just make sure at least you have a new one and you have nothing to worry about. Plug it into your computer, whether it be a tower or a laptop, and then head over to the computer so we can get started with the preparation of this USB flash drive, Rufus, and Windows 11 24H2's ISO file. Using the keyboard, press and hold the Windows logo key and tap the letter E. This opens up File Explorer. Now in File Explorer, I'm going to click on Downloads, and there I'll find my 2 files, Windows 11 24H2 and Rufus. Now I'm going to double click Rufus, click Yes to the prompt. Now in the window here at the top it says Device. I have my USB flash drive plugged in. Make sure yours is listed there as well. If you have more than one, then I would just make the suggestion to you to unplug the one that you don't want anything happening to, and this way you know that the one you're going to use is the only one that's listed there. Now come back to the Downloads folder and select Windows 11 24H2. Then drag it over by holding the mouse button down, dragging the mouse button to the Rufus window, and releasing it. Under boot selection, your file is now selected. Now, partition scheme. You can leave this as it is if you're going to do an in-house upgrade, meaning you're upgrading from within Windows. You're not going to reboot the computer and to do the installation. You're going to do the installation from within Windows, which is how I'm going to demonstrate this in this video. So next I'm going to do is under volume label, is I'm going to just remove what's there, and I'm going to type in Win 11 24H2. This helps me identify my USB flash drive once we have to do the installation. Now I click Start. I leave everything else as default. Click Start, and we have our customization window. Now this window gives us the option to do customization for the Windows installation. And you'll notice that there are 6 checkboxes. Now, the first 2 have check marks already in them, and the other 4 don't. Let me explain the reason for this. See, the 2 checkboxes are there by default. They're essential settings that Microsoft recommends to enable for your account and system to function properly. Now, these usually include things like basic telemetry and region, and language preferences, which are required for Windows to work correctly and to keep your system updated. Now, the other 4 are unchecked boxes. They are optional settings, like personalized advertising, location tracking, or diagnostic data sharing. Now, you can leave these unchecked if you prefer more privacy. They're not required for Windows to run. So in short, the 2 checkboxes are necessary defaults, and the other 4 are optional based on your preferences. So the next thing we need to do is just click OK. The message window from Rufus is just alerting us that all the data on our USB flash drive that we want to use to do this upgrade will be destroyed in place of the Windows 11 24H2 installation files. So now all we have to do is click OK. So we'll let this go. It'll take a little time for Rufus to prepare the drive with Windows 11 installation files, and then we'll come back when it's done. So now that Rufus is finished, we can just click Close. Now we're going to get ready for step 3. But before we do, I need to bring this important FYI to your attention. If you decide that you don't want to upgrade just yet to Windows 11 24H2, if you're still on Windows 10, well, Microsoft does offer an ESU, which is an Extended Security Updates program for a small fee. That's right, a small fee. They offer this for a year till October 13th, 2026. But you know, that's just a temporary option. And for those that are still running Windows 11 23H2, you'll still have support, but only until November 2025. But it's really best to upgrade now as soon as you can, so this way you stay protected. Now, our download should be finished. So let's hop back to our computer and get started with step 3 to upgrade to Windows 11 24H2. Now, notice that I have here my Win 11 24H2. This is my flash drive that I had Rufus label it as. This way it's easy to identify, as is the case. Now, here are all the files that it created from that ISO image. So all we have to do is double click Setup. But before I do so, notice I have on the desktop 2 folders. These are my personal files. These files will stay here during the upgrade because I'm not doing this as a USB bootable drive, but an in-place in Windows upgrade. So all I have to do is double click Setup. But before I do that, if you are on a Wi-Fi, you want to disable your Wi-Fi connection. If you're on a LAN, you want to disable your LAN connection. Now, this computer is on a LAN connection. So what we do is this. Click on Start, go to the Settings, go to Network, and click on Change Adapter Options. This is going to show you how you're connected to the internet. Mine's Ethernet. If yours is Wi-Fi, you would click on that. Now click Disable this device. This will save us some time when it comes to the installation. We could just close this now. Now I see that it says I'm not connected. Now let's close that window. Now we can do setup and save ourselves some time. Now we just click yes, and now Windows will prepare from the USB flash drive to do the installation, the in-house upgrade from within Windows. Now here we're presented with Install Windows 11. Now you click Next. And now the updates it's talking about here are not the updates that are online, but rather from within the USB flash drive, preparing to do the upgrade. And it's going to get some things ready for us, as we can see. Now when you're presented with this window, you know, the application notices and license terms, just click Accept. And now it's just going to make sure that we're ready to install as it gets its updates. So now we're presented the Ready to Install window. Install Windows 11 Home and Keep Personal Files and Apps. Now there is a link here, Change What to Keep. I'm going to show you what you can do with this. You could either keep personal files and apps, you could keep personal files only, or do nothing, it says. Meaning everything, as it says, will be deleted, including files, apps, and settings. So you don't want to really do that. What we want to do is keep up personal files and apps, like I showed you the 2 folders on my desktop with their content. It says you will be able to manage your Windows settings, and that's what we want to do. So now we can click Next. Just wait for all these different window prompts to go by. And now it's just making sure we have enough space. So now we could just click Install. During the installation process, some have experienced messages about POPcnt or SSE4.2 or both. What these are features that are built into the processor. Now, if your processor doesn't support them, well then unfortunately the installation, it won't go through, and the highest version of Windows 11 that your computer could take is 23H2. So hopefully that won't be the case for you. Now, if you want to know more about POPcnt and SSE4.2, well then check out the link in the description for more details on the hardware requirements from Microsoft. Now, with that said, and hopefully you won't receive those messages on POPcnt or SSE4.2, your computer will restart several times. And once it's done, you'll be running Windows 11 24H2. So now we just have to do is wait this part out. The computer will restart several times and we'll be good to go. Before you know it, we'll be in Windows 11 24H2 as an upgrade to our computer from Windows 10 or Windows 11, if that's your case, from 23H2. So now with the upgrade complete, we could click on Settings, click on System, scroll down to the bottom, click About, and you'll see that we are in Windows 11 Home 24H2. Whatever your upgrade edition was that you were starting from, if it's Windows 10 Pro or Windows 10 Home, you see that you're now on Windows 11 Pro or Home based on your version, and it is 24H2. And also on my desktop, as you can see, my 2 folders, and they came along with the upgrade, so I lost nothing. Open them up and we can see all the files there. And that's it. By following these 3 easy steps, you should be able to upgrade your computer to Windows 11 24H2 with all your files intact. But just as a note, all links for Windows 11 24H2 and Rufus can be found in the description. My name is Paul. This is Computer Dr. Tech. If you found this helpful, don't forget to click like, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me hear from you to see how things went with you, and stay tuned for more tech tips. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.